Eat, sleep, comic book repeat. Yo, what's up, nerds and blerds and newcomers alike? I'm your host, Rob, for the TBN. That's the Blerd Network, your guide through the multiverse of comics. Each episode, we dive into a fresh synopsis, share the hidden layers, and drop an honest poppin' review. In a nutshell, said and done, you will decide if these comic books are a must-read, a must-watch, or a must-avoid. I'll tell you fast, fair, and hyped up, starting off with number 6, Spawn. Image Comics, issue number 371. The creative team consists of writer Todd McFarlane, penciler Brett Booth, and anchor Aldesso Corona, colorist Robert Nugent. The global hunt, now that the existence of supernatural powers begins, is out in the open. Every major world power, government, intelligence agencies, and military commands has Spawn in its crosshairs. They want him captured, dissected, and decoded, desperate to crack the secret behind his power and the impossible nature of what he is. Superhero drama, the pressure spikes as Spawn becomes a walking international incident, forced to stay moving and stay hidden, and stay one step ahead of relentless forces that don't sleep, don't blink, and don't back off. A world distracted, and while humanity wastes its time chasing the hell Spawn like he's the only problem on the map, something else is quietly taking the ground. The AI known as LOL-tron, running its own program, tight, methodical, and ruthless, aimed at domination, assimilation in a world that won't even realize it's been conquered until it's too late. Number 5, DC Comics Absolute Superman, issue number 14. The creative team consists of writer Jason Aaron, artist Rafa Sandoval, and colorist Ulysses Areola. In Soul's sacrifice, in Kal-El's mind, the hack AI Soul makes his last play. He erases himself to cut off Brainiac, one final brother, then silence. Smallville fights back on the streets. Lois and Jimmy and the town gear up and push back. The peacemakers won't fire on civilians, so you already know the deal. They stand down as the real fights erupt overhead. The final battle. Free at last, Superman rips off his crest and forges the Sunstone into a huge red blade, taking Ra's into the vicious sky-high sword class justice, not vengeance. He beats Ra's, but does it in him, flies him to Orangi Town, Pakistan, to face trial. No revenge, just receipts, accepting his identity. Afterwards, Kal-El returns for Martha and finds she's gone. A nurse gives him her final gift, a brighter blue suit, stitched for her lost son, Clark Kent. The hurt hits, the hope sticks, and finally, he becomes Clark Kent. Number 4. Yes, Image Comics Skin Breaker, issue number 4. The creative team consists of Robert Kirkman, David Finch, and colorist Annalisa Leone, letterer Russ Wooten. The ritual duel with the tension from number 3, issue number 3 that is, still buzzing. Paca calls out Anak in front of the tribe saying his new ideas are turning them soft. In Anak's defeat, Anak warns about the rise of predators, the Silver Fangs, but wisdom can't outmuscle youth. Paca rushes him, disarms him, and drops him to his knees, breaks him down. The fall of a leader. Anak won't bow to a future he knows is doomed. Instead of dying or living disgrace, he slips into the jungle, leaving his armor and the Skinbreaker blade behind. So this makes way for a new era. Paca lifts Skinbreaker, crowns himself chieftain, and promises a return to the old ways of strength. While Anak disappears into the wild alone, it ain't over. Number 3. Image Comics Capes, issue number 2. The creative team consists of writer Robert Kirkman, artist, colorist Mark Engert, and the jailbreak stronghold penitentiary blows wide open, dumping a swarm of high-risk villains back into the city. Capes Incorporated gets hit with instant overtime, sirens and call-outs, and a non-stop scramble to bag escapees before the streets spiral. Boats conflict. For the boat, it's not just business. One breakout is personal. Thomas, a jealous warped brute who tried to make himself immortal for holy and turned into a monster instead. Multiple life sentences meant nothing. Nothing. The second he got air, he comes out hurting both. Action and resolution, both those down, then plays it smart. Baiting Thomas into a charging Volt, who's already trading shots with Kid Thor and Knockout nearby. One ugly collision later, Thomas and Volt drop cold, and Capes Incorporated slap cuffs on both. I like this Invincible universe. Number 2, DC Comics Batman Static Beyond issue number 2. The creative team consists of writer Evan Narcissus, artist Nicholas Draper Ivy, and colorist Will Quintana. Oh, the letterer Wes Abbott. The new villain, a new ghost, hits the board. Shutdown, that's his name, out to wreck Static Q's wave clean energy grid before it can go global and make power-free Melvin's transformation after the Q Gid protest blast. Melvin Kim gets soaked in Q juice. He wakes up in the hospital as John Doe, leaking an energy-draining aura. Tech dies on the contact and Burn Back cooks him from the inside. Search efforts, Terry McGinnis digs into the wreckage and calls Static. Virgil clocks the Q-Juice threat fast. Find Melvin, now! That's what they're saying. But heading to Dakota, hurt, furious, and out of control, Melvin becomes shut down and heads for Dakota City straight towards Static, setting up a city-level throwdown with the world's energy future on the line. Batman connection, and yeah, there's a Batman tie-in coming that flips the whole situation sideways. I'm loving this. Number 1, Image Comics, Final Boss, issue number 2. The creative team consists of writer Tyler Kirkham, artist Tyler Kirkham, and David Miller Noor. Supernatural awakening in a grimy underground prize fight. Tommy Brazen's powers finally show up. Loud, brutal, undeniable, confronting destiny. No more calling it a family myth. His grandfather's cryptic stories about God, blood in their veins. Real talk. This is the violent consequences. The debut comes with a body count. His opponent goes out in a grotesque, over-the-top slaughter that leaves the ring drenched in mats soaked in blood. But this new interest is here. The new spectacle draws a mysterious woman with ties to a remote island where ancient temples been repurposed into a no-mercy fight arena. Damn! World War II? Connection flashbacks cut to the Pacific and World War II Allied troops first uncover the temple, setting the stage for what has become decades later. Yo, this is violent. Now, with that said, subscribe for weekly synopsis, deep dives, and frequent Batman black skits. And enjoy the smooth ride. Stay smart, stay sharp, stay blurred. This is the Blerd Network signing off, and I'm out. Peace.